Look at my face. Do I look like I enjoyed Taken 2? Taken 2 is a movie that follows Liam Neeson, and he goes on to this trip to Istanbul, and he brings his ex-wife and his daughter with him, because, you know, he wants to get with them. Not with his daughter, maybe his ex-wife. That came off as creepy, but let's get past that. And while they're in Istanbul, the family of the people he killed in the first movie want revenge, so they decide that's a good idea to go after the guy who killed dozens of their people with less people, fatter guys. It's incredibly dumb. So, you know, Liam Neeson gets captured, and so is his wife, and then he has to help his daughter escape those fat asses. After that, you know, Liam Neeson does shit, he beats people up, and that's essentially what people wanted to see out of this movie. And if that's all you want to see out of this movie, that's fine, because that's what you get. You get Liam Neeson kicking some ass, and then you get Liam Neeson doing godlike things, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, going into Taken 2, I was not looking forward to it. I just wasn't, because the first Taken was a very good action movie. It was very fun. It was a breath of fresh air back in 2009, I believe, and it was just a really fun movie that you didn't have to take seriously. It didn't have too much of a brain on it, but it still made enough sense that you could enjoy it. But this movie, it just looked like it was gonna take the same plot and just have Liam Neeson, yes, hunting down people to save a family member again, and that's exactly what it is. It's just really stupid. It's a lot dumber than the first movie, and that is just, it's the script. The script in this movie is so terrible, oh my god. I'll get to that in a second, let's just start with the acting. Liam Neeson in the title role, Brian Mills, he does, honestly, I didn't think he was that good in this movie. It just seemed like he was there for the paycheck, he didn't really care at all, the scenes he just didn't seem like he was into the scenes like he was when he was in the first Taken. This movie just seemed like he was there for the paycheck, just wanted to get off set, and that was it. And what happened to him? Did Superman grant him all of his powers? Because in this movie, Liam Neeson does shit that does not make sense whatsoever. Like in the first movie, he had a very small amount of challenges, but he was still able to be injured, like he got shot. In this movie, every single time he finds a guy, he just shoots them on the dot, they're dead, that's it. Or when there's hand-to-hand combat, he just gets beat up for a second, then he just does something so unbelievable and just randomly kills the guy. I'm gonna have to talk about that later. I can't ignore that. There are gonna be minor spoilers later then, so not now, but later. Then you have Maggie Grace as his daughter, and she's terrible. She's just not a good actress. I'm sorry, she's not. Just like Lockout, she wasn't good. I didn't like her character. She was really annoying, and this is a minor nitpick, but the way she runs is just so weird. It's so stupid looking. I was just laughing my ass off when she was trying to run this movie. Then you have his wife, she's fine. She doesn't do anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. Now look, this movie is directed by Oliver Megaton, who I'm gonna call Megatron from now on, because he is just, he's the enemy of movies. He's directed Transporter 3, Columbiana, and now this. That guy, anytime he directs a movie from now on, I'm going to dread it. No matter what it is, no matter who's lined up, they could get he could direct Expendables 3. That would actually be terrible too, so. The way he directs this movie is so erratic and just terrible. The camera work. There are some beautiful shots in this movie. There's some great panoramic kind of shots. They're just going over the city that they're in. Those are some nice shots. There's even some nice shots during the action scenes. But so much of it is just jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut. Not like my video jump cuts where I do it when I make a mistake. He's just jump cutting every 2 seconds just so he could show a different angle. I have no idea why. He thought it was good for some reason, but the action was almost unseeable. Seriously, I have no idea who thought it was a good idea to hire this guy as the director. He's such a terrible director. And the script in this movie, oh my god. These certain things that happen in this movie, they're just so incredibly stupid. I'm sure you've heard about this by now, but there's a scene where Liam Neeson's tied up in the enemy fortress. He's just, his arms over the ceiling. Somehow he gets a phone in his hand. For some reason, he has a mini phone in his foot or something. So then he calls Maggie Grace, and she's like, "Oh, Dad, I don't know what the fuck to do because I'm a dumb bitch." And then Liam Neeson's like, "Take a grenade, throw it out the window. Is there anyone there? It doesn't matter. It's a populated city." She just throws a grenade off onto a parking garage somewhere. I don't know how she got it that far, and it just blows up someone's car. No one cares. No one goes to see what happened. She's like, "Oh, cool, Dad. We just blew up a car. Now do you know where I am?" "Yeah, I do." Oh yeah, another thing about Liam Neeson's character in this movie, he's fucking Superman. Superman. I'm pretty sure I already said that in this video, but he is Superman in this movie. He has like these Sherlock Holmes abilities. He can kill people with his fingers. That Sherlock Holmes ability I'm talking about is he has a bag over his head when the enemies are taking him to their cool little fortress that sucks, and he's just sitting there. He's listening to the turns, he's listening to little things on the street, like the Sherlock Holmes, the first movie with Robert Downey Jr. He was sitting there listening to things on the street so he could figure out where he was. Liam Neeson does the same thing. I don't know how in God's name he actually got that ability, but he does it. And then after she throws these grenades off the building, he magically knows where she is. Just like that. The writing in this movie is so terrible, and the one reason I don't completely despise this movie, which it may seem like I do, because it is a pretty terrible movie. I was just laughing so much in this movie at how stupid it is. This is one of those movies where I could turn it on, I could laugh with friends at it, and that's the way it would be. I could turn it on, just have a fun time with myself, not the fact that the movie's good, because it's fucking terrible, but I'd just be laughing at it. And back on the writing, what's with the villains in this movie? Like, I know Taken didn't have any main villains, but that was kind of the point because he was just going after some henchmen to get his daughter back. This time there should be, like, the main guy you see in the trailer with the beard, the white hair, he should be like a main boss that Liam Neeson has to really get to kill. Alright, we're going into minor spoiler territory now, so if you don't want to know any spoilers about this movie, just click right here, but I don't think anyone's gonna really care. Just click here and that's how it's gonna be. So Liam Neeson finally finds his daughter and then he's like, oh, I have to go after these people, daughter. I don't know what kind of accent that was, just leave me alone because this movie is terrible, it's messing with my head. So then he magically finds these guys after like 2 minutes doing his stupid Sherlock Holmes bullshit. Then he kills all the henchmen, obviously, so easily. Then he has one, like at the end of the first Taken, you remember how he had that one hand-to-hand fight that lasted about a minute or two? He has another one of those, but here's how it goes. The guy gets this blade, he's above Neeson, here's how it ends. Neeson's kneeling on the ground, right? So Liam Neeson just jumps up. I don't even know if he jumped up because of the poor editing. He just grabs the guy. It looks like he flips him over, and then in the next scene, Liam Neeson just holding him like this against a wall. Somehow, magically, that happened. And then Liam Neeson, you know what he does? I don't have a visual representation of another person, but Liam Neeson just grabs the guy's head and moves it to the side, and he's dead. What? Okay, and then he gets to the main villain, who's just being a pussy hiding in a corner. And then Liam Neeson's like, oh, I'm done with this shit. Which I think he was actually just saying on set, and they recorded and said, ooh, that's a good thing for the character in the movie, guys. This movie might not suck now. It still does. So he puts the gun down, the bad guy picks it up, he tries to shoot him, but Liam Neeson is smart. He took the bullet out of the gun, so he might as well just said, that's a test. You failed. So he walks up to the guy. I shit you not. I'll do it to myself. He walks up to the guy, does this, puts his hand over the guy's face, pushes him against the wall, and the guy dies. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second while I try to let it sink in still. Oh, this sucks so much. Seriously, unless you're like me and you really want to just laugh at a bad movie, I do not recommend Taken in any way. It gets a very low small popcorn just because I laughed during the movie. That's it. No other reason. Don't go and see this movie, just avoid it. So you guys looking forward to Taken 2? If you saw it, did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Did you like the first Taken, which I'm sure most people would say yes if they'd seen this movie and liked it. Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And right before I go to that, if you guys haven't subscribed to the We Live Film channel, I'm going to put the link below. I'm not trying to self-promote here, but if you haven't subscribed to that channel, I do put reviews up there periodically, and I put one up today for a movie called Eden Lake, which I actually reviewed on this channel, but it's a terrible review. Please don't look it up. I don't want to reminisce about that, but I got a review for Eden Lake on that channel, so you should go check that out, and if you enjoy it, you should subscribe to that channel. It just brings a bunch of people in the YouTube community together. It's a very cool channel, and there's an actual site for it. It's a great site. There's so much stuff on it, so much movie-related stuff. It's a really cool site. I don't know how many more times I could say that, so I'm getting it done. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button up there, because if you don't, you know what? I'm gonna let my friend Liam take it away.
I will find you. And I will kill you.
I promise I won't do that with every video, but you know, it just had to be done for Taken.